So very good morning to everyone. Namaste to all. As we had promised, we will handhold you one each step how to go through the entire journey of self-discipline. So very happy to invite a very integral part of our SESTA family, Pooja Parikh. First we'll get Pooja. Hi Pooja, good morning.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
So Pooja is very integral part of SESTA Healing. She is a part of our core team. By profession, she is an architect, and pan-India, her work can be seen. And probably because of her work profile, or probably how that she is, some people are naturally blessed with certain qualities. And I would believe that strategizing, execution, planning, disciplined, it's her inherent nature, and it comes very naturally to her in every aspect of life. You can see that very visibly through her character, through her work, through everything. So if there is anyone who can guide you and who can handhold you to guide you how to execute it, she is the one. We help you releasing the block. She is the one who will practically show you how to do it. So definitely make sure this week none of you are missing out on that, because we have got some special person to help you out. So Pooja, the platform is all yours, being disciplined enough not to take your time, as every day it will begin at 9:30, it will stop, and that half an hour is completely yours. So see you. Now you guys are with Pooja Parikh.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Saska, for giving me this platform. I mean, some abilities are inborn, inherited, and I would be glad, to share this ability with people who I'm sure you guys would be benefited to the best of my knowledge. I'll be sharing it and hand holding it basically. So, as Sangeeta ma'am said, yes, I'm an architect. I run a firm since the last 14 years. We work with corporate pan India, and uh, timelines, budgets, a lot of things are critical working with corporates. So that is where over the time and with the self-discipline, we've also learned how to embed it into our day-to-day life of what, how, when, everything. So let's begin the journey basically of self-discipline. Yes, last whole week you understood from the healing perspective, self-discipline, how it works. I mean, ma'am took a lot of cases one-on-one to figure out and to work it on basically. So now I would like to bring you the practical side of the self-discipline. The practical side of the self-discipline is, I would like to start with the basically what is discipline. Since you guys done last 5 days on your chat, if you can come up with your understanding of discipline. I'm not even saying self-discipline. First, I would like to start with discipline. Yes, let me see what are the answers coming on the chat. First, doing something regularly. Yeah. Any more? Any more answers? Okay. I would put it in this way, that practicing and training your mind or body so that you can control your emotions, your actions, and you follow certain rules in your own life is what I would put it up like. I would say that's the discipline as a word explains basically. Like, practicing to train your mind. I mean, train your mind for any action that you wish to do, or you wish to cultivate in your daily routine. You need to first train your mind, and training of your mind comes from understanding what you wish to do, why you wish to do, how you wish to do everything. Because mind is something which only understands and obeys and follows things when it has clarity. Do you agree to this? I mean, I would prefer this to be a interactive thing. So please, either with some thumbs up or in your message saying yes, you agree or not. I mean, so we can have a both way discussion. Like if you don't agree, I can explain you, or you can give me your perspective also, basically. So the training of your mind and body so that you can control your actions and you make your rules and you follow the rules. Because where we lose the discipline is we make rules or we want to follow and we don't follow, and that is where everything starts. I mean, we think we want to do this, it's not happening, then the procrastination, then fear, resentment, and all other things start. So basically, the start, I mean, it's simple as that. Practice of training your mind and body. But why mind? Because everything starts in the mind. Body, because physically everything is in the body aspect, basically. So these two is what if you have to take away, this is what is discipline, basically. And you know what the Google definition of self discipline is? The ability to control your own feelings. It's as simple as that. I mean, this is the first part of the definition. One, ability to control your own feelings and overcome your own weaknesses. I mean, overcome your own weaknesses and the ability to control your own feelings, which means one needs to know what are your feelings, what are your weaknesses, or of wherever you wish to implement self-discipline. May it be your exercise, may it be in your relationship, may it be in your routine, may it be with your parents, may it be with your kids, may it be in your career, anywhere. Understanding your own feelings, what's going through in your own mind, that this is what is not happening, this is not working for me, this is where I am lacking, this is where I need to work, this is what I need to focus on. So that's where understanding your own self comes. When it comes, I mean, when you have to look into a situation where you wish to incorporate self discipline, and related to that feeling, what is your weakness? Like, I'll give you an example. Like, for example, exercise. If I want to do an exercise, I know I want to do it. I wish I am supposed to do it. I would know everything, the priority of my day, priority of what's happening around, what is where I, and at the same time, where we are not able to put our discipline, we also know what is our weakness. Our weakness is, oh, we'll prioritize others. There'll be other things which will take over. We will say we'll do it afterwards. We'll either we will have, okay, if I do exercise right now throughout the day, I will be tired because I'll have leg pain, I'll have some cramps. So like, and today is busy day, let's not do today. This is an internal dialogue which keeps going on between in our talks, in our thoughts. So one is ability to control your feelings. Why? Because these are the thoughts which leads to discussion with your own self, feelings, and that feeling will keep going on, but you need to break that. So control one's own feelings, and that is how you overcome the weakness of not implementing the self discipline, right? So I mean, if the exercise for the day is where you want to incorporate self-discipline, is the first thing we need to put it down on a paper. I mean, I would say if we can do it right away, and people, I mean, because I am going to guide you for 5 days, the whole, I mean, the hand holding is going to happen for 5 days. So if we do it phase wise, it will be great. So if you guys have a paper where you wish to bring self-discipline. First thing we need to write that. Then what feelings of your own related to that aspect of self-discipline you go through. Write down everything. Take 2 minutes right now. Like, I don't wake up on time. I wake up, but then there is something else that comes up. Whatever. It can be one whole page. One first thing is acceptance of what goes on around, basically. Handling emotions and then everything. Okay, let me see the chat. I can see some things coming up. Yeah. Discipline is when you follow things exactly and don't question it. Okay. The reason you don't question it because the minute you question it, you get into a dialogue and you're bound to not get out of your comfort zone and get into like no, this is not going to happen. This will then if I do this, then this will happen. This so that is where I mean the ideal way is not to question it, but the other side of the coin is yes, question it, understand it, accept it, and then move on. Because how many times you will not question it? There will be one day you will say no, chuck it. I don't have an answer to this. So better is, I mean, I would say rather have clarity, understand it, and then take it ahead. Being in a routine, okay, giving priority to other things is the main problem. Handling emotions, then everything falls into place. Yes, as I said, I mean, if you understand your own emotions, own feelings, then and you work, then it comes. Please repeat the second question. Second question is ability to control your own feelings is the first question. Second question is what are your own weaknesses that is related to the aspect where you want your self discipline. The weakness related to the exercise can be um, I'm not able to do it. I'm not I don't do it daily. I am not a regular one. I may do it for 1 or 2 days and then I will my tempo goes down and I may not do it later. So whatever weaknesses you have faced in past related to it, basically. And then also I mean, I gave you an example for exercise, but self-discipline is you need it for your relationship, you need it for your success. Like giving you an example for a relationship, a lot of people, when it comes to talking with your partner or with your parents, or your children, I mean, we are impulsive. We just react to whatever is happening around. But if we have a little discipline and we are focused, like, okay, with my kid, I want this thing to happen. And no matter what happens, this is how I wish to behave, or this is my way of doing things with my kid. It's okay. If you are disciplined, no matter what happens, the kid will not overtake you because you are in your disciplined area. And the minute you let go your discipline, you get into arguments. The minute you get into arguments, the other person has their perspective, then you give your perspective, then and this goes on in all relationships. But knowing what has happened in past, where in argument you raise your voice, things go become bad, and then it's again you get into guilt, resentment. Better is everything starts with our own self. The self-discipline is our own self. So understand this is what happens always with me in past. I speak, this is what happens. So better is understand your own feeling about that incident, about something which you wish to change in your life, and related to that thing that you wish to change in your life, you have to note down your weaknesses. That when this topic comes, I will shout. I may raise my tone. I may not put my thoughts clearly. So we need to make sure that we understand all our weaknesses to that incident or to that situation. And we are not supposed to self-discipline. First, self-discipline is not to operate with our own weaknesses and take things in a systematic way. Okay, if this happens, these things are not going to be happening from my side. May it be any situation. You should have your do's and don'ts very clearly and follow your do's and don'ts, because every soul knows what works for you. May it be in your relationship, may it be with as a parent, may it be as a daughter-in-law, may it be as a daughter, everywhere, everyone knows what works. Okay, let me just see. Weaknesses in ourselves mean failing to handling emotions only, right? uh yes, it can be failing to handling your emotions, failing to express in a correct way that the other person understands what is your point of view, um failing to express yourself correctly. I mean, most of the times we don't want to do it, but we just say yes, we want. Okay, we'll see. I'll do it. I'll think about it. But if you've thought about it and if you know you don't want to do it, it's okay to say at this moment I can't do it. I mean, you convey the one of the angle which ma'am spoke last week, but it's a big topic. One is self-discipline in your communication. I mean, all of us have been taught as a child, be nice, be lovable, speak, speak truth, but speak so that it doesn't hurt someone else. So there is always a way to speak the same thing in a different way. We may be knowing it in one way, but there is always a way to speak that same thing in a way that it doesn't hurt. So we need to pen down things. Okay, this doesn't work. When I speak like this, my kids react like this. It doesn't go well, everything. My husband reacts like this. My colleagues doesn't like it. It is basically self-discipline, and self-discipline is looking towards your own self, your own things, what doesn't work for you in your favor. In relationship, pen up the grievances and overtake the self-discipline which may want to implement. How do you take care of those grievances? Okay, like I want to get up early every day. It's very difficult in the morning getting up early. I might can get up for 4-5 days and then put it back to okay. See, there are certain things. Okay, first I'll take up getting up early. There are certain things which you guys are very much coming on the Daily Gita platform, listening to it. There are certain things which may come from your past experience, maybe your patterns. You need to work on breaking the patterns. 4-5 days, if you have managed 4-5 days, then you can manage further, and you have to, because that is where no, our one with a very clear thought process, you can change your comfort zone and get into the new comfort zone. But the minute you get into the new comfort zone, you may find some things which are not working. But the minute you start, because leaving your comfort zone, you have taken efforts, like getting up early, you have taken efforts. You've left your comfort zone of not of sleeping till late. Then you are into a new zone where you get up early, and then that making that new zone comfortable, it takes 21 days as per the uh, as per as per the metaphysics. Any new habit that needs to be your new routine, it takes minimum 21 days. So the way you push yourself to get up early for 4-5 days, you have to push yourself to go further at least minimum 21 days, and then it becomes your new routine, basically. Okay, in the relationship, pen up the grievances and overtake the self-discipline, which may implement. Okay, yeah. So in a relationship, I would say uh, we need to pen down everything that we need to do, not the other person does. And honestly, when it is relationship, you should always focus it in a way that I am doing this for myself, not because the other person wants it. For example, we all we in a I mean in a marriage we all think that I'm cooking this, I'm doing this, I'm managing the house, I'm doing my regular cooking on time. I'm cooking for others in the house. No, you should be very clear. You're doing things for your own self. You are doing because your husband likes it and you're cooking. Not because my husband likes it, I'm cooking this. No, I wish or I want to, I mean, it's a mind game basically, that I want to cook because I like to cook and feed my family. The minute you change that vibration, then that grievances of I'm doing a lot of things in the house, I'm not valued, doesn't come. So I mean, it's the mind game. That is where I'm saying ability to control your feelings. There are feelings which may keep bothering you. I'm doing this all the day, no one is caring about it. But the minute you change your perspective of that feeling, like the ability to control your own feelings is rather than associating with others, associate with your own self. The minute you associate you with your own self, you will realize that there is that grievances, the resentment, everything goes away. How to say no to the society norms in the relationship with your partner when you want to prioritize things. You express politely, but they don't get it because mind my own beliefs or someone will think. See, this is a deep topic. I mean, this needs a uh, lot of things to be looked into, basically. So I would say slowly, when I mean, you will understand when you are into a self-discipline, you politely express. But why do you need acknowledge from them when you know you want to do it? You should start taking baby steps towards whatever you wish to do. And you need to first is you need to bring to a platform where they understand and the communication happens. So it is all interconnected, like communicating in a correct way, communicating and consistently having self. See, because a lot of things happens when you start crossing the lines and not following the boundaries. Self discipline is also one of the things is to have boundaries. Okay, do things with others, like attending some courses class, very disciplined, but doing things myself gets difficult. Okay, let's proceed further. So we will understand other aspects slowly and we will take it further, right? So this is where I would like to, I would like you guys to work today for the aspects where you think you wish to incorporate. Take one activity which you wish to incorporate and bring self-discipline for sure. And what are your feelings related to that? Feelings can be what are the fears if it doesn't happen, what will happen if it starts happening, and what will you achieve if it starts happening. You need to even write that. So this is the second question. Third question is, what are the weaknesses that is related to that? The weaknesses will be, weaknesses can be I don't pursue it. Weaknesses, something comes up and I let it go, something like that. Whatever is your weaknesses, you pen them down basically, because having clarity towards something that you wish to achieve, believe me, half your problem is solved. So self discipline is like everything else, is a practice, right? And not every day will be perfect. It's I mean, because you are moving out of your comfort zone, every day is not going to be perfect the way you have thought, basically. And but each day, with all your failures, with all your small achievements, small wins, is a progress. And that progress is what is self discipline all about. It's not, the self discipline is not like you reach there and okay, I've achieved self discipline. Self discipline never ends. You've achieved it in one aspect of your life, you have to start looking at that. Everything follows with it. I mean, if you have ever seen any CEO of the company, they will have a tremendous self discipline. They will wake up on time, they will do things on time, they have a discipline of their traveling, they have a discipline to that level that even what is their family time in the evening or during the week, what is their family vacation for the year, they have everything self-discipline. In a sense, they have a discipline to that, not self-discipline. They have a clear discipline. This will happen this way, this will happen this way, this is how it is, this is how it is. And that is where they, I mean, it makes things clutter free. Clutter is not there in their thinking. The first and foremost thing is remove the clutter related to any aspect where you're not able to have your discipline. So first thing is to remove the clutter, we need to understand the feelings. What feelings? Why do we want that aspect as a self-discipline? The importance, like if it's exercise, then yes, because my body needs it, because my health needs it. If it is relationship, why is it needed? Because I want to achieve this, or I want to have a good bonding with my partner, or this is where I want to improve my relationship. This is the so we need to have a thoughts which is related to that on a piece of a paper. So all the clutter related to that aspect is on the paper. And what are your weaknesses? If we have this clarity, at least so that we understand what is going within us, because we have lot of things going within us, and 90% we don't know what's going on and from where is it coming. First and foremost is we need to understand our own self, where our discipline is not working, where we want discipline, how we want, what to do. We work on this during this week. But right now, the first and foremost thing is ability to control your own feelings. So understand the feelings and weaknesses. Also, before I start with the download for the day, I would also like to bring this one more aspect of self-discipline. So you guys know there are even discipline has 3 types. Any idea what are the discipline types? It's something new, I understand. Do you understand discipline also has 3 types? The 3 types is discipline with self time. No. This is discipline for self, discipline for time. Disciplines are 3 types. One is preventive, supportive, and corrective. Corrective is where you know you've gone wrong and you have repeatedly going wrong and not able to incorporate self-discipline. So you're going wrong. So if you're going wrong, you need to have a corrective discipline. Right? The second is supportive discipline. I would say parents, mostly all the parents come into supportive discipline because they wish to become a support to their kids and they follow discipline. Discipline is, I will help you only this much. Beyond that, you need to do. I will do this much. Beyond that, because they want their child to be supported. They don't want to do it everything for them. So supportive discipline. Are you understanding? And then the preventive. Preventive is I would put the exercise, right, for our health, to prevent our own body, own health. We get into support preventive discipline. Preventive discipline is, but everything falls into all 3 categories. Like preventive is to avoid arguments, to avoid disputes. We talk in a way that it's a preventive discipline, basically. So self-discipline in your talk to have a preventive discipline. So everything falls into 3 categories depending on the situation. Somewhere you want to prevent something, so it's preventive discipline. Somewhere you want to support something, so you will always end up in a supportive discipline. You will plan your things. You will control your feelings in such a way that you are supporting someone. To support someone, you need to be really into a control zone in your own self-discipline, basically, too, because you're supporting someone. It's like you are doing something for someone. So it's supportive, and then it is corrective. If you see somewhere you're going wrong, or if you see someone else is going wrong and you want to help that person, then you need to advise the person, or you need to inculcate in your own self-discipline to correct things, basically. So every situation where you feel you are not achieving things, figure it out. Also, if you can categorize it, that whether it's preventive one, whether it's supportive one, whether it is. So once you have clarity in your thinking, you will be able to do things in a better way and understand your own self. Okay, considering the time, we end this session of discussion right now here, and let me do some Gita downloads of what we've understood about the self-discipline and the types of self-discipline and what exactly is the discipline. Creator of all that is commanded to download and instill these feelings into the group. So whosoever listens this right now or later and says accepts it, download and instill these feelings of each one understands from their own perspective what is discipline, what is self-discipline, where are they lacking the aspect of self-discipline. They understand their own situations, their own feelings, they overcome their own weaknesses. They also have a clarity and understanding towards their own weaknesses. They know how to, when to. It's possible to understand their own feelings towards the aspect which keeps bothering them, and also to bring the awareness about the self-discipline into their own life, into their own aspects, in a way that helps them to change their situation in the way they wish to bring it into their life for their highest and best, in their highest and best possible way. Thank you, Creator. It is done, Creator. Show me. Creator of all that is, it is also requested to download and instill these feelings into the group. For whosoever says yes, and right now or later, for their highest and best, in their highest and best possible way, that they understand from the creator's perspective or creator's perspective of the seventh plane, the definition of self-discipline, the definition of they understand the definition of self-discipline. They know how to, when to, it is possible, and it is safe to live their life with the self-discipline that they wish to bring in their life for their own happiness, for their own betterment, for their own upbringing, for their highest and best, in their highest and best possible way. Thank you, Creator. It is done, Creator. Show me. Creator, guide each one of them to connect with their own self and understand their own beliefs, understand their own blocks in their emotions, in their thought process, in their feelings, so that they can have clarity towards their own ability, towards their own weaknesses, and make this whole week pleasant and peaceful for them to understand the self-discipline aspect and incorporate it in their life. Thank you, Creator. So that's it. We connect tomorrow, and we will be touching the topic why self-discipline is important and how to build self-discipline. There are various aspects which we'll be covering throughout the week. Thank you.